5 math classes, okay? Maybe 10 classes altogether. They look at the GPA on those classes. They look at your overall GPA, and then they look at your MCAT score. So you're shooting yourself in the foot with the overall GPA. You've been spending so much time trying to get out and graduate with good grades. You haven't spent any time preparing for the MCAT. So when you take it, you're so ill prepared for it, you don't do great on that. So now you don't have a great grade point average. You're taking the MCAT and you're taking it late. So what they're funneling you into is the school's master's program. So they say, oh, well, you're going to have a year off because you have to apply during this year. So you're going to have a year off. So you might as well spend that 1 year in our master's program. So you think, oh, that's a pretty good idea. At least I'm getting more education. The med school sees that I'm not just doing anything. Well, what they see is you as a weak candidate. So you have a poor grade point average. You have mediocre to poor MCATs. You're spending a year in a master's program, which they figure you're doing to make you look like a stronger candidate academically. And then you want to walk up to the med school where there's 10,000 people applying for 250 seats. Really? This is why I say we're set up for failure. So major in your English, major in your African American studies, do something you enjoy, but at the end of the day, do something that's attainable for you to get over a 3.7 grade point average. And all of this requires hard work. I don't care what your major is, okay? So work hard and then take the classes that are required for your particular med school, okay? Find somebody in your city who is alumni at the school that you're interested in going and find them. Say, hey, listen, can I shadow you? Can I work in your office? Can I work the front desk? Can I be the filer? Don't think anything is beneath you, because what you get a chance to show people is your work ethic. And so then people are looking when you don't realize they are looking. I have a high school girl in my office right now. Smart girl. Smart. But she doesn't come. She's supposed to come every day. We know she's supposed to come every day. She comes about 2, maybe 3 times a week. We just don't say anything to her. So the thing is that she thinks she's getting over. Well, what she did is, because she has a poor work ethic, despite the fact that she's smart, she aced herself out of a job come summer. So people are watching when you don't realize they're watching. When you come and you file the crap out of whatever needs to be filed, and you're there and you're diligent, is there anything else I can help you with? Is there anything else people notice that. So when you sit and have conversation and say, well, I'm applying to this medical school and blah, 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 that doctor who is going to basically probably hadn't paid you too much attention is going to go on the word of his office manager or the people who have worked with you and say, no, she's good. She's really smart. She's here. She's on it. She's da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And if that person, if he likes you or whatever the case may be, she likes you or she gets a good vibe or whatever the case may be, then that's your recommendation. And you can even say, hey, I'm applying to this medical school. Can you write me a recommendation? Can I shadow you? Can I do whatever I need to do so that you will feel confident in writing? You will be graceful enough or gracious enough to write me a recommendation and feel confident enough in doing it. And they'll respect that. And so therefore now, and you don't know what their position may be. That happened to me in getting into med school. And I was just like, hey, listen, I want to shadow you. I want to go to this particular school. I know you went to this particular school. Can I shadow you? Can I learn from you? Can I understand the philosophy from you? Blah, 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 blah. And I did that for about 2 or 3 months. And when it came time for the applications, he said, did you do your application yet? I said, yeah, did my application. He said, okay. I said, I'd asked him for a recommendation. He gave me the recommendation. So he just stayed on me for some reason, and I didn't get it. He said, I didn't realize how important he was at the school, how important alumni he was. So he said, did you do your application? I said, yes. And so he said, okay, I want you to go and meet somebody with me. It was one of his mentors. And so she got me in a room, and baby, if I was a weak person, she would have broke me down. But I stood my ground, and I stood in my truth, and I told my truth. And she made a phone call, and the person she called was the dean of admissions. And she said, have we come across this application? And she said, how does it look? And so if there was anything I would have told her that was not true, it would have came up right then. And she said, it's a strong application. She said, okay, are we interviewing? She said, absolutely. She said, oh, okay, all right, good. And she hung up. And so the lady called her right back and said, do you know this young lady? She said, very well. And she said, okay, good. That was all she needed to say. So at the end of the day, my hard work, because I didn't know who he was, I didn't know who he knew. My thing was that I want you to get to know me. Okay, so at the end of the day, please with the pre-med stuff, I can't. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to discredit any pre-med program. I'm sure there are some students who come out of pre-med and do go directly into medical school. But just please find an attainable major that you're going to do well in. Second part of that is find the courses that you need for med school and rock those out, okay? You have to rock. You can't get straight B's in those classes and then be like, oh, well, what's the problem? My baby get A's and B's. Well, no. Med school is for people who are in the upper 95th percentile, 95 and up. That's who they're looking for. And there are always exceptions to the rules. But sorry about that. That is who's going to stand out. Those are the people who are going to go to the top of the line and get the interviews that they're looking for, okay? So stop with the biology major because, yeah, I'm sorry, no disrespect to any of you want to be a biology teacher, great. But if that's what you're doing specifically to get into med school, you're not doing yourself any favors, okay? I will be more than happy. I'm trying to set it up with my PR person so I can kind of go and speak with people in smaller bubbles so that I can give them the information that they need. And as far as medical schools go and different types of advice that I can give, because I want to see black doctors, I want to see white doctors, purple doctors, green doctors. I don't care. It is a dying field. It is hard. People want the title. People don't want to care about the patients. People don't want to think about, the fact that you're a person and you're somebody's mother and you're somebody's daughter and, not making you wait 25 and 35 and 50 minutes and an hour for pain medicine. And it is a dying field where, we just have people out here who are wanting the title and the money. Ain't that much money in it these days, but who want the title and the money, and they don't really have the desire. And there's so many people out there who have the desire and the drive, and they have followed somebody else's recommendations and they landed flat on their face and not in med school. So, are there exceptions to rules? There are definitely exceptions to rules. I'm just speaking generally. I'm just speaking what I see, and I'm just speaking how most of those, not all, how most of those students end up. So I hope this helps somebody. I hope this bless somebody. So first of all, whatever you're interested in, research it, investigate it. Stop waiting for people to hand you information. Go out and get it. Nothing is handed to anybody. People see my cars and they see bags and shoes and this and that, and people come into my practice and they're like, oh, you look so young, as if somebody handed me something. No, when I grinded and I hadn't slept for 4 days and I was up and I was crying and my friends were riding around in Audis and they were having the good times, like I missed all of my 20s. Okay, but at the end of the day, it was worth it. It was earned. It was not given to me. So the question is, when do you start working? Do you start working when you're young and you put the work in? Or do you start working on the back end? Because do you party all when you're young? And do you put the work in when you're in your 30s and your 40s, trying to get a degree, working 3 jobs, trying to take it, and shout out to the people who do that, because that is hard when you have been out of it and you get back into it. So I'm trying to help as many people as I can. They say when you succeed, you reach back and you grab as many people as you can. And I am trying my darndest. So please, 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 if you guys want some more information, please list it on the YouTube so that my team can see that this is something that you guys really want to hear about and want to know and understand about. And we'll set something up, either further YouTube videos, or we'll set an event or something so that you guys can get the answers that you need, so that you and your children can succeed, make the most out of your time and make the most out of your money. So I hope this video really did bless somebody today. And I just hope that we all take heed, and not fall into these traps of getting us into the programs that they want us to be in versus the programs that we aspire and desire to be in. So please, everybody, have a good evening. I'm going to take a shower and get into bed. It has been an extremely rough weekend, but I love my fam bam. I had to make sure I got it out while it was on my heart and while it was on my spirit. So everybody have a good evening, okay? All right.